And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Makayla Loves Gymnastics. How are you guys doing today? Today is Sunday. We're going through a little tropical storm in South Florida. I haven't lived in South Florida in a long time. In northern Florida right now, tropical storm Claudette. So pray for us. Everything is going smoothly though. Some people had some little tornadoes and stuff, but it hasn't been nothing major. And in today's episode, we are going to girls. Your girl came with notes. Your girl came with phones. Your girl came with tablets. And your girl came with a brand new camera. And we are going to test something out. I know you guys say y'all want it. Y'all say y'all want it. But I don't think y'all really want it. So let's see if we can get a good edition of Gymnastics Blunt Chat, hosted by Makayla Speed. Yes, I think that's going to be something like, it's going to either be Gymnastics Blunt Chat, Gymnastics Highlights, Gymnastics Chronicles, something to that extent. Or just the Gymnastics for, maybe just the Gymnastics 420 Club. But we got a camera, we got us a little cheap little mic. So we finna make it do what we do. We already have the infamous pink mic. Hello. Testing, 1, 2, 3. So today's episode, I want it to be fun, entertaining, hilarious. Your girl been going through a hard couple of weeks or whatever, so nothing bad really, just work really, work's just been super busy. So, and I wanted to take a step back after the Dianne Durham thing. I was on Half In Half Out podcast, the Dianne Durham thing, all the things that's going on. I don't want anybody to feel like, I'm trying to act like I'm this grand diva bitch of gymnastics. I'm not. I'm just a super fan, just like y'all. This is us. This is us. This is our family. As y'all see, the blunt is already halfway gone, so I already been smoking. So let's hit it one good time. And let's get into the 2021 Olympic Trials of America preview of Makayla Loves Gymnastics. Let's hit the blunt. Tonight's blunt is sponsored by, my local weed woman. I love buying weed from women, especially black women. They always have better weed than all other people. It's black women, Hispanic men, Hispanic women, Hispanic white men, white women, black men. That wasn't a perfect landing. Let's try to stick the landing this time. That was still just like a 9.5. Let's try to get a 10.0 blunt hit before we start this conversation. Let's get it. That was that perfect 10 blunt hit. Now let's get it. So, in a week from now, we would know, well, I'm recording this video on Sunday, so yes, a week from today, we will know who is officially the 4 girls who are making the USA Gymnastics team, plus the Jade Carey's individual spot, plus the 6th girl who's going as the individual. So the way this Olympic team works is really weird for y'all who are just 4-year fans, y'all who are just here to see me smoking, and gymnastics is just a bonus for you. Let me explain. This year's cycle is different than every other cycle ever at the Olympic Games, right? We are going to send 4 girls to the team. So the big team finals, the big girls who are going to win the gold medal or a medal for USA Gymnastics as a team, there's going to be Simone Biles and three other gymnasts. I think the three girls are going to be Simone Biles, Sunisa Lee, and Jordan Childs. And then there's going to be a fourth girl. And that fourth girl is going to be who we're going to talk about. And then there's a separate other battle. Then the USA gets to send two girls as individuals, which means that they get to compete for all the individual finals, but not the team. So the first couple of days of gymnastics, right, it's going to be about the team. And those individual girls do not get to compete for that, but they do get to compete on the first night. So we're going to have night one is probably going to be men's preliminary, and it's going to work the same way in the men's. So if you follow men's gym, you know it's going to work the same way. Then night two is going to be the women's preliminary, right? So you're going to see 6 girls compete for Team USA on all 4 events. But only 4 of the girls are going to compete for the team medal. The other 2 girls are competing for all of the individual spots at the Olympics, meaning the individual spots are the all-around finals, the vault finals, the bars finals, the beam finals, and the florets finals. Do y'all understand that for your fans? Let's continue. Now, so there's a total of 6 girls being sent to the Olympics, but only 4 girls are going to win a gold medal as the team. But any one of those 6 girls can make it to the all-around finals. Any one of those 6 girls can make it to the vault finals, bars finals, beam finals, or floor size finals. I know it's confusing, especially to you for-year fans who these were never the rules before. You're going to be like, why isn't 6 girls getting a gold medal at the Olympic, podium? And this is why. It is stupid, and hopefully this is the last time this will ever happen. Now, the girls who I think we are looking for in contention for those 2 spots remaining, because remind you, I believe, unless a disaster happens, 4 girls are already making it to the Olympics, 3 girls are going to make it to the main team, and 1 girl has already secured her individual spot. Not as a part of the team, but as a specialist. And I think the 3 girls who are going to make it as a part of the main team is Simone Biles, Sunisa Lee, and Jordan Childs. Now, if you watched gymnastics at the last World Championships, you are like, who the hell is a Jordan Childs? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you fans haven't been following the sport this season, right? Jordan Childs was this very impressive junior gymnast, right? She was a superstar in the junior program, right? But when she moved to the elite program in 2017, she was the second best gymnast in America. She still was left off of the world team, right? And then she struggled with injuries and growth and stuff through 2018 and 2018. So she moved gyms in 2018 and she moved to where Simone Biles trained. And if the Olympic Games was held in 2020, I'm not sure if she would have had enough time to really been in contention for the main team, maybe as a specialist spot. She would have been one of these bubble girls. But because she had these 2 years to train with Simone coaches, she has really improved. And I think Jordan has basically, through this year of competitions, through how dominant Jordan has been this year, has secured her spot to the Olympic Games. If you watch the 2019 World Championships, y'all know who Sunisa Lee and Simone Biles is, so let's move past these girls. Now, let's talk about this. I know you guys are wondering, why aren't you talking about Morgan Hurd? Well, after the trials and after this year process, Morgan Hurd is no longer in contention to make the Olympic team. Neither is Lori Hernandez, neither is Chelsea Memble. So for you guys who only follow gymnastics for years and who's just watching me smoke, and gymnastics is a bonus, that's why we're not talking about Lori Hernandez, Morgan Hurd, or Chelsea Memble. Let's hit the blunt again. Let's try to get a 10.0 hit for the first time. It's a little lopsided, Bernie, but it's okay. When I hit the blunt, I'm going to start saying story. Let's try to get the blunt to light the right way. Story. Oh, I'm ashing it in my trash can. Story, yes, yes. So let's get into this gymnastics, guys. Let's get into this gymnastics tea. Now, the girls, there are going to be a lot of girls at trials, right? And I'm not going to touch on every single gymnast who is going to compete at trials. I'm just going to come talk to the people who are just here to watch me smoke and who gymnastics is just a bonus, who you guys should be looking out for. And we have Miss Riley McCusker. If you was looking at the 2019 World Championships, you may not know who I'm talking about, but if you so happen to catch the 2018 World Championships, you may vaguely remember who I'm talking about. Riley McCusker is a gymnast who was trained by the horrible coach Maggie Haney, right? Who, check out the channel for the video of Maggie Haney. And I never used to be a fan of hers, and I used to really read her for filth all the time. Unjustly. It wasn't her, it's just I wasn't a fan of her style of gymnastics, correct? But she moved coaches in training with Brian Carey, who is Jade Carey coach. Now, remind you, you guys, I told you earlier on in the video, Jade Carey has already secured her individual spot to the Olympic Games. So Riley McCusker moved gyms and started training with her Brian Carey, who is Jade Carey's father, and he has improved her gymnastics like to a level that I never thought that Riley could have. So now I'm a fan, especially now that my boo Morgan is no longer in contention. That's really the only reason why I really was not a stan of Riley McCusker, because Riley was standing in the way of my boo. Shout out to Al Trey for this beautiful wig by Venetia line. Shout out to Al Trey here. Thank you. Riley was standing in the way of my boo, Morgan Hurd. But now that Morgan Hurd is no longer in contention to make the Olympic team, I think that Riley McCusker is the girl who, in my opinion, is going to get the fourth spot. Now, who's fighting for that fourth spot alongside Riley McCusker is a girl named Leanne Wan, who is a phenomenal gymnast, and I hope she continues. I really hope she continues. Leanne Wan is such a beautiful girl to watch. Her gymnastics is so beautiful. Her gymnastics is a combination of the Asian style and the Russian style of gymnastics. It's just amazing to watch. The thing with Leanne Wan that is her stumbling block is she's great on floor, she's great on vault, she's great on bars, she's great on beams. So why wouldn't she make it to the Olympic Games, right? The thing is, she's not special in any event, right? She's just great. When she hits, she's very consistent on every event. She's going to score internationally between 13.5 and 14.0 on every event. And maybe on vault, she's going to score around 14.3, 14.4. But I think Riley internationally is going to score somewhere between 13.8 and 14.3 internationally on every event, including vault. And on bars, I think Riley is going to score somewhere like 14.8, 14.9, possibly 5.0. I don't think that's a feat that Leanne can compete with. Now, the girl who I do think can compete with that is Grace McCollum. I think Grace McCollum should be the fourth member of this team. Without question, Grace McCollum should be the fourth member of this team. Grace's issue is she falls a lot, and she falls a lot on the two key events that we need her on, right? Vault and floor, Team USA got that covered with the three girls between Jordan, Suni, and Simone. Vault and floor, we got that covered. The hose is Suni is great on bars, Jordan is good on bars, Simone is good on bars. We need another bars girl. That's why I think Riley has the advantage, right? I think Grace, difficulty wise, is better than Riley. Form and execution wise, not so much. But the thing with Grace is, with bars, is she falls a lot, and she falls a lot on her downy release move, and it's like her hardest release move in her routine. And no matter what construction of the routine they put together, she constantly fall on this downy to the point where it's no longer worth, in my opinion, her doing it. And her taking that out takes out a huge chunk of her difficulty. So she would have to make it up on beam, which she can do. I just think Riley is a better beam worker than Grace. So that's why I give Riley the advantage over Grace in that fourth person spot. Then we have Kayla Delcello. I'm sorry, Kayla. I love your gymnastics, girl. I just think her scores that she gets in the USA, I don't think she would ever get that on the international stage. Her landings on almost all of her skills, her chest is just way too low, and somehow, some way, USA Gymnastics is just not deducting her for that. But I think internationally they're gonna kill her for that. I think she has time to fix it. I just don't think right now is it. But these are just my opinions. I think internationally, Kayla Destello is going to score behind Leanne and Grace. I think Kayla is going to score somewhere between 13-0, 13-4 on all events except for vault and beam and floor, and on vault and uneven bars. I think Kayla is going to score somewhere. Kayla has a beautiful Yurchenko double. I think she could score somewhere like 14-5, but on uneven bars, I just don't see her scoring that high that she scored on the US. I think she's going to score somewhere right around 14-0 internationally. Way behind Grace, a hitting Grace, who I think if Grace hits uneven bars, can score somewhere between 15-1, 15-3. But that's if she hits. I think Riley, who also struggles on her downy release move, don't get me wrong, hits it just ever so slightly more than Grace, which gives her the advantage. Then we have a young lady named Miss Shalise Jones, who I think is the wild card. We don't know what Shalise will score internationally, really. When Shalise went to Pan Am, I think she won it or came in second to Trinity. I don't remember who won it, either her or Trinity, but not the Pan Am Games in 2019, the Pan Am Championships, which happened in 2018, which is what's going on, which was the qualifications to the Olympic Games, not the Pan Am Games, but the Pan Am Championships, which is two completely different competitions. I think she's a wild card. I think Shalise can make this team. Shalise is great on uneven bars. She can fill in any gaps. I just don't know. I just think it's going to Riley. Now, with that being said, there's also a sixth spot, which is another individual spot. And I think every single one of those girls who I just mentioned in contention for that fourth spot, I think if Riley gets this fourth spot, I think the sixth individual spot is going to go to Makayla Skinner. And this is why. Listen to my logic on this, you guys. Makayla has been an alternate so many times, right? And all of this sit spot is right. Whoever it is, if it's Leanne, if it's Kayla DeCello, if it's Grace McCallum, none of them, except for Grace, really have a realistic shot of making an event final over Simone, over Suni, over Jordan, over Riley. None of them. None of them have a realistic shot except for one girl. Her name is Makayla Skinner. Makayla Skinner is the only girl who can possibly make vault final over Jade and over Simone, right? And there's word on the streets that Jordan Childs is gonna do 2 vaults at Childs too. So I said, why not? Taking Makayla is just as risky as taking Grace. Except, but I know that Makayla is gonna hit her 2 vaults. They may be sloppy, but I know she's gonna hit them. I'm not sure if we take Grace to the Olympics, she's going to hit a bar routine that's going to be worth her being on the 4th spot or even being the specialist. I think it goes to Makayla Skinner, and that's those my logic. Those are the 6 girls who's going to make the team: Simone, Suni, Jordan, Riley, with Jade, and with Makayla as the 2 specialists. To me, it makes sense. I know it doesn't make sense to, and I think to Tom Forster, it also makes sense. I know it's not going to make sense to a lot of you guys, but I think that's the way the Olympic team is going to shape out. Now, speaking of Olympic teams, let's hit the blunt one more time and then talk about some other teams. And let's talk about how we think by the girls who are being chosen are going to stack up at the Olympic Games. Let's light up. Who's my little thing? I live in Florida, girl, and it is hot, child. So I have my little thing right here, child, because baby. Story. Let's hit this bitch one more time. Story. Oh yeah. So far, several teams have announced girls who are they're taken to the Olympic Games. And let's talk about it. So far, the teams that I think have announced are Japan, GB, Germany, Canada, France, and kind of Russia. Now, out of the teams that have announced, these are the teams that we're still waiting on team announcements. We have Team USA, duh. Team China, duh. We have the Dutch, duh. But we could kind of guess where the Dutch is going to go with their team. We have Team Italy that we're still waiting on announcements. We have Team Spain who we're still waiting on announcements. And I think Belgium made it as a team. I think that's the last team. And we're waiting on their team announcement too. And if it isn't Belgium, can somebody please let me know in the comment section? Because I have no. I spent time in research, and I guess I could have just went to the FIG. But see, that's not fun. What's fun is when we're as a community when we talk about it. So can you please let your girl in the comment section know if she's right about if it's the Belgium team who we're waiting on an announcement from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So the teams that have announced, right? I think The strongest team clearly is the Russians. I think Lilia Agram Avram Lydia A. I'm not going to do it. It's gonna make the main team. I think Team France is strong. I think they would have been stronger with Sharpie Chappie. But injuries happen. I think Team Canada is going to be a strong team. They're literally the four best gymnasts. I think Team Germany is going to be fighting to make team finals in the eighth spot, which is going to be cute. I'm not sure about Team GB. I hope they're do spectacular. I'm looking forward to seeing my. I'm mad about Team Japan, but it is what it is. Now, all of the teams, I think USA is going to win gold. I think China, depending on who their pick, is going to come in second. I think Russia is going to come in third. Then we're going to have the best battle, which is going to be between France, Canada, GB, Japan, Italy, Spain, all of those teams from who's going to fight from basically from fourth to eighth for positions. And it's going to be amazing. Um, I mean, Sky Blakely, Charlize Jones, I'm sorry, and Emily Little can all sneak up for spots on any of those positions. I don't think it's likely, but it could happen. It could happen. It absolutely could happen. It absolutely could happen. It's just the thing with Jordan Childs. Jordan would have been on that list of people for me, but her improvements. This is where Jordan gets her kudos. Her improvement puts her already on the Olympic team, in my opinion. So let's chat down in the comment section. Let your girl know what you think of this video. And I'll see you guys in the next time on the official podcast, which is coming soon. I'm working on it very hard.